Okay. This movie just came out last summer, and I am a huge Quentin Tarantino fan. Quentin Tarantino nerd, if you will. I could spout off a lot of interesting trivia, or not so interesting trivia, depending on who you are, I suppose. And so I've been hearing about this movie since before the Kill Bill saga. He'd been talking about a war movie he's been working on, a war movie / spaghetti western that he's been working on, and it was... Here's some non-interesting trivia for you. Inglourious Basterds, he was working on before Kill Bill, and he actually started the Kill Bill series as a way of getting his mind off of Inglourious Basterds, because it was just becoming such a huge project that he wanted something small to kind of take his mind off of it. And then, of course, Kill Bill turned into a 2-movie epic. So I thought that was kind of funny. But no, I give this movie an A++. Brad Pitt plays Lieutenant Aldo Rain, and he is the leader of an all-Jewish squadron who their main purpose, their main mission is to kill Nazis, as many as possible. And they're going through Nazi-occupied France in the, I guess it would be the early 40s. That's their story, and the movie's named after them, but there's actually multiple storylines going on. The other stories include a French Jewish girl who escaped from a Nazi attack and was the only one in her family to survive, and a couple years later she becomes the owner of a local theater, and there she finds out that a Nazi propaganda film is going to be shown in her theater, as she decides she's going to take things into her own hands as well, with the Bastards, as they're known, being totally unaware of her plan. And then the third story, or not story, but third main character is the main Nazi who actually was caused her parents and her family's death. He is sort of going through, and he's trying to find the bastards and find all of these types of people who are trying to get in the way, and he's known as the Jew Hunter, and he's sort of the yin to Brad Pitt's yang, if you will, and he plays sort of the perfect villain. And I know a lot of people have been talking that he's going to get an Oscar or an Oscar nod, and I think that would be totally accurate. His name is Christopher Waltz. He hasn't been in much. I think he's just a German actor, and Quentin Tarantino kind of discovered him, as he likes to do, and put him in this movie and gave him sort of the perfect part. So high thumbs up for me for Inglourious Basterds. I say go rent it, enjoy it, memorize it.
Nice. Well, I gave this one an A as well, because like all Quentin Tarantino movies, I will watch them over and over again. I've already seen this one 3 times. But the part I want to bring up is the women's role in this movie. I mean, everybody goes to see Brad Pitt.
Yeah.
It turns out, the strongest acting comes from everybody else. I mean, Brad Pitt's still amazing in it.
Yeah.
But there's still the other actors and actresses. They just pull their roles off amazingly. And the storyline just meshes well, It's just, it's got the... Like, I always like to bring up Pulp Fiction because it's my favorite Quentin Tarantino.
Of course.
Where it's just so many things going on, but it all flows really well. And this has the same kind of thing going on. And, just outstanding movie.
Completely agree. Something I was going to mention, but I think I've already forgot what it was. So all I can really say is go see this movie. Oh, this is what I was going to mention, because this is somewhat important. It's not historically accurate. So if that's a hang-up for you, you should definitely know that going into this movie is not based on a true story in any way, shape, or form. And I think some people, some history buffs, might get a little miffed by the ending. But the way I was able to rationalize it later was that I think he's trying to turn history into mythology. He's trying to turn history into legend. I don't think he's just totally disregarding history as if it's not important, but he's making it into, he's making a war epic into a spaghetti western, and a revenge movie. So with that, he kind of takes history into his own hands and kind of creates something new. But
Yeah, no, I can see this definitely being the same kind of thing, but I think it's more of a Quentin Tarantino just doing his thing. I mean,
Yeah.
the guy is so known for his avant-garde approach that, I mean, I think he just did it because he knew he could get away with it. I mean, James Cameron or Steven Spielberg, they'd make this, and everyone would be like, no, you can't do it. But Quentin Tarantino, we're like, thank you. Thank you for just messing history up. That's the way, I don't know. But yeah, I think it's more of a Quentin Tarantino being full of himself versus... But, you know, he could be more deep since you are a nerd.